Hello all, here at OS&PTXReviews.com. You're watching our video review of the Unitek 10-port charging station. This beast has the ability to charge up to 10 iPads or 10 tablets or 10 smartphones at the same time without it having the risk of overcharging or overheating your devices. And so who is this product for? It's great for perhaps a school, perhaps for a library, or if you're someone who owns a lot of different gadgets, or if you're in a large family that wants to have a unified charging station location, perhaps in the living room or the kitchen, where you can charge your different devices all in one place without it getting lost. Now, it's still relatively portable as well, so it's a nice device to carry around if you want one charger to charge all your different devices with when you're on the go. The device itself is nicely presented by Unitek, and the street price for this is around $35, which is pretty inexpensive for what it offers. As you can see here, it offers 10 times 2.1 amps for the tablet charging, so at 2 amps it offers speedy charging for even iPads, and even for larger tablets running on Android, it's going to charge those tablets up at around 2 to 3 hours, so it's pretty impressive. It's fully compatible again with mostly every single device or mostly every single tablet or smartphone out there. It has 105 watts of power, so in total that's a huge amount of power, and it's again pretty impressive. On the side here it says it's going to include the device itself and a charger cord, and essentially that's it. Some more advertisements on the packaging. There is a QR code for more information, so if you want to check this out, I'm going to pause the video for a second here. You can also see the back of the device features a fan for ventilation, so the device doesn't overheat. It's calling a built-in cooling air duct, so it's a pretty interesting design. Again, you can use this device simultaneously with up to 10 iPads, so that's going to be a pretty intensive and power-hungry process, but the device supports it. As you can see, the product itself is right on top. We're going to take a look at that in a second. We have a quick warranty guide. We also have access to the charging cable that plugs into the device and into the wall. Now, the device itself is crafted out of plastic. It's a glossy black material, and so it has a monochrome black and white look that's relatively classy, but is a huge fingerprint magnet. So it's going to attract a lot of dust and a lot of grit pretty easily. Another thing I really like about this particular model is it has the ability to use both horizontal and vertical landscape orientations. For instance, I can prop it upright like so, it can comfortably stand up to save some space, or of course I can use it in the traditional view and set it down like this on a desk surface so it's not going to slide around. So this is a nice design from the manufacturer. The front of the unit houses all the different ports, and we have access to the 10 USB 5-volt 2.1 amp ports, and there's also a LED indicator on the side to tell you when the product is turned on and turned off. On the back of the unit, we have access to the power on and off switch, which is tactile and easy to press, and also the ventilation hull. And of course, on the side here, we have access to the AC power adapter. Essentially, that's it for the design. It's made out of, again, very sturdy plastic, so it feels like a quality piece of hardware in the hand. It's easy to carry around with you. It's smaller than what you might expect, about the same size as a smaller router or Wi-Fi router, but it still maintains a sense of quality. As shown here, actually performing and using the 10-port charging dock from Unitek is actually a very easy to use experience. Now, there actually is a running fan in the background if you can actually hear the noise. And this fan is actually in the back of the device, so it prevents overheating from the unit. And if you put your hand in the back, you can actually feel the fan going and pushing in air to prevent the device from getting too hot. This is a pretty interesting feature, but at the same time, it's a little bit on the noisier side of the spectrum, and it feels like almost having a hard drive, perhaps on a laptop or on a computer. But nevertheless, it's a pretty cool, function, and also shows kind of the gravity of how powerful this charger really is. As you can see here, we try to plug in a few USB devices to charge, and you can see how all of them are charging fine. The LED indicators have been illuminated on all of these devices that we've plugged in. I don't even have, 10 devices at the moment, or 10 micro USB cables to plug into this thing, but you can see how everything else I plugged into here are charging just fine, from Samsung Galaxy S3 over here to some HTC handsets running on Windows Phone OS. Everything's working just fine. And lastly here, we have access to an iPad, which I've plugged into the device as well. So if we go over here and I pause the screen, you can see how if I just unplug the wire for a moment, which is a very tight connection, and I plug it back in, it's going to show that the battery is indeed charging. And charging devices up is very quick as well. For example, charging up an iPad will take about, again, 1.5 hours to complete, which is a pretty impressive number for such a large device and a large tablet like the iPad. So overall, of course, the device definitely performs as advertised. It has the actual running fan to prevent overheating, and you can indeed plug in up to 10 devices at once. You're going to have a lot of wires in the way, but it will work, and it does perform just as advertised. Although it's extremely glossy and attracts a lot of fingerprints, the Unitek 10-port USB charger, I think, is one of the better products out there on the market if you're looking for a charger with multiple, USB ports on board. It indeed powers through over 10 tablets or 10 smartphones connected to the unit, which is pretty incredible, and it also even offers its own dedicated fan to prevent overheating. The design is right on the money with a classy black and white monochromatic look, and it feels pretty good in the hand. The USB connection ports are tight, the LED indicator is a nice touch, and overall the price is also just right. So if you are in the market for a charging hub to provide a centralized location to charge your devices at an office, at your house, or perhaps in a library or a public institution, I think that this device from Unitek will more than do the trick. Thanks for watching this video review here at osandvtxreviews.com. You can check out more information about this product down in the description box below, which will contain our full written review on this product, and of course you can check out more information on Unitek's website. Thanks for watching here at osandvtxreviews.com. This has been our video review of the Unitek 10-port USB charger.